We're now going to look at planes in three-dimensional space. We're going to be given, in this situation, an ordered triple that is a point on the plane, and a normal vector, which is a vector that is perpendicular to the plane. So this name, a normal vector, is a vector perpendicular to the plane. So this might be a new word for you, but it is a word that also means perpendicular, in addition to orthogonal. Normal and perpendicular are all synonyms. So we're given this normal vector, which is ABC, and as a reminder, this normal vector can also be written in IJK notation. We are using a lot of pointy bracket notation in our videos, but that is just to make it a little bit more streamlined and less cluttered. The IJK notation is also perfectly fine. The I component is the distance that we travel in the direction of x, the j component is the distance that we travel in the direction of y, and the k component is the distance that we travel in the direction of z, of course matching these components here when it's written as a position vector. So when our normal vector is provided in whichever form that it's given in, we can find a formula for a plane that passes through this given ordered triple and that is perpendicular to this normal vector. So let's draw a little graph to see what that actually means. So the equation of a plane is going to describe a plane in three-dimensional space, right? We have an ordered triple. Let's give the initial point, x naught, y naught, z naught, is an ordered triple that is somewhere contained in the plane. And we also have a normal vector that is going to be perpendicular to the plane. So we could draw our normal vector to where it's perpendicular to the plane out here, or we could slide this normal vector over to where it is initiating at the point that we have been given that's on the plane. So our normal vector, let's slide it to where it's coming out of P naught, right? That is going to be the initial point of our vector n. And as we see from up above, n is equal to this vector ABC. Now, we're going to have our normal vector situated in this particular way. For the derivation, we're going to derive this plane equation here. This is the general form of the equation of a plane, and we want to figure out where that comes from. So for the derivation, we're going to pick another point in the plane somewhere out here. And this is going to be an ordered triple, x, y, z. And what we're saying here is that this XYZ ordered triple can be any ordered triple in the plane here. So really anything, anywhere, any XYZ, not anchored into being that initial point. And let's consider the vector from point initial to this arbitrary point in the plane. And we'll say for this derivation, we're going to consider the vector P naught P. So from point P naught to point P. And remember, when we're trying to get a vector, we're going to take these ordered triples and we're going to subtract them in the terminal minus initial order. So vector P naught P is going to be the terminal point of P, which is x, minus the initial x naught, terminal y value y minus initial y naught, terminal z value z minus initial z naught. And here we have this vector that is contained within the plane. We have been given that vector n is a normal vector, or it's perpendicular to the plane. And if it's perpendicular to the plane, then it has to be perpendicular to any of the vectors in the plane, right? So because this is a normal vector, it has to be perpendicular to the vector in the plane, P naught P. And when we have two vectors that are perpendicular to each other, we know from a previous section that this would imply their dot product would have to be 0. So let's take the dot product of these two vectors. We have both of them written in position vector form. So let's calculate the dot product of n dot P naught P. Well, the dot product is obtained by taking the x components and multiplying them together. So we'll have a times x minus x naught. and the y components are going to be multiplied together. So we'll add that to b times y minus y naught, and then we're going to add that to the z components multiplied together. So we end up with c times z minus z naught, and we know that this dot product has to be equal to 0. And this is then the general form of the equation of a plane that we were actually after, right? That is the plane equation that we were trying to derive. So let's just clean it up one little tiny bit here just by eliminating that left-hand side and call this part of the derivation finished. So this was the formula that we were trying to derive. Now, let's work with it just a little bit more because it's probably more familiar than you realize. If we were to take this A and distribute in the B, distribute in the C, we'll end up with A times X minus AX naught plus B times Y minus BY naught plus C times Z minus CZ naught, and all of that is equal to 0. Let's remember who is a variable and who is a constant in this equation. The changing quantities are the x, the y, and the z. Let's come back up to our illustration up here and say, this is the point that is a changing quantity, right? We arbitrarily chose an ordered triple somewhere in this plane. The vector that is perpendicular to the plane, those are constant values. A, B, and C are constants, giving us the direction of that normal vector. X naught, Y naught, and Z naught are also given values, the point in the plane that is an anchoring point. Those are also constants there. So A, B, C, X naught, Y naught, Z naught, all those are constants, and these are the only changing quantities because I could have chosen any ordered triple in the plane, right? So let's get our variable terms together. We'll write those down first. So we have AX plus BY plus CZ, and then we're going to get our constant terms together. Notice that they're all negative, minus AX naught, minus BY naught, minus CZ naught. I'm going to get those together, but also factor out the negative. So we have AX naught plus BY naught plus CZ naught, and then all of this is equal to 0. Now remember, these are constant values, okay? So we have 3 variable terms subtract a constant. And since all of this is one big constant, we don't have to write it in this spread out form. Let's consider this entire constant, subtracting this constant, the same thing as adding some other constant d. So what we end up having is AX plus BY plus CD minus a constant. We might as well just call that plus D, some other constant, and set that all equal to 0, right? Instead of having to say all this, we're just going to say, let's just call that add a constant, okay? Now, this may be a familiar looking kind of an equation to you. If we've got a 3 variable linear equation, this is a linear equation in 3 variables that we have worked with in pre-calculus. When we have a linear equation in 3 variables, it's going to have a graph that is a plane. And another piece of information that is new that we can extract from that is that we can, from the equation, determine a normal vector or a vector that is perpendicular to this plane. The normal vector is going to be nested here inside that equation. The x component, which was A, is the coefficient on my x variable. The y component of my normal vector is B. That's the coefficient on my y variable. And the c component, which is the coefficient on z, that's the c component of our normal vector. So we can look at a linear equation in 3 variables, and from that equation extract a vector that is perpendicular to the plane, which is a pretty awesome tool that we'll be using quite a bit.